So, as they say, what's more fun than a barrel full of monkeys? I say a box. So let's see what's in the box and get right to it. Welcome back to another episode of What's in the Box. This is an occasional series in which I buy things using my own money, primarily from eBay, but sometimes from other places too, to entertain you. So I bought this. I bought this for a very specific reason, and it's going to be part of a broader video. But in any case, let's open this up and take a look inside. See, how's this put together here? Sometimes boxes are really, really, really crazy packed, but this one's not too bad. All right, so for those of you who are enthusiasts, you might be able to recognize this pattern. This one's rather lightly protected. Doesn't matter, still made it to me. Okay, so as you can see, this is the Pentax KM. The Pentax KM was one of 3 Pentax K cameras, not K mount, but K cameras. The KM was one of 3 models introduced in 1975, with the KM being the base model. The other 2 models are the K2 and the KX. The K1000 followed in 1976 and had fewer features than the KM. There were other models, of course, the M series, and then there was an LX, which is a very high-end, higher-end camera. Still goes for quite a pretty penny today. Any film in this camera? No, always turn it. Let's see. Things clean in the back here. Yeah, pretty clean. Probably have to replace the foam seals. They're usually degraded after all this time. Rubber eye cup. So as you can see, so this one came with K-mount lens. This is a 1.8 55 millimeter lens. I want to check the date on this. This is a bit unusual. It doesn't say. Well, you know what? This might be a later lens because this just says SMC, which would be super multi-coating or super multi-coated. This is a 1.8 55 millimeter lens, and it definitely still says Asahi Optical Company, Japan. Let's see. Oh yes, haven't used the K-mount in a few weeks, so yep, those foam seals I think are shot, but once again, not overly surprised by that. KM was fairly well appointed. It had a built-in light meter. I think it was a CDS meter, at least it appears to be. Let's see what kind of battery it uses. I'm going to suspect that it uses 1 button cell, and it's going to be very, very similar to what is used in the K1000. Yes, it uses a single button cell to power the meter. Oh, look, somebody either wrote or I think they used in pen. What's it say? Use ISO 200. And it says something 3200. It's a little bit distant from me, and I can't really see that far anymore. As we like to say, it sucks getting old. Let me see if I can see. Peeve it or leave it. Seems to say like peeve at 3200. I'm not really sure even what that would refer to. But everything is written in pencil, and I think everything is written in pencil, so I probably can just, yep. just erase it. So we'll do that. In fact, I'll just get some rubbing alcohol and we'll remove that. So like the Pentax K1000, this uses a single battery. This has a couple features that make it slightly more advanced than the K1000. Two notable features. Unfortunately, has the same battery chamber cover, which is like, I don't know why, but on the Pentax, these are a real pain in the neck to replace. So let's just, looking around the camera real quickly, this seems to be in pretty good shape. Has a fairly long throw. It's ratcheted, so you can either wind it in one stroke, or you can wind it in small increments. Like the other Pentax K cameras, this used a horizontally traveling cloth. It looks like this is a rubber-coated cloth shutter. This camera is pretty clean. It has, aside from that writing on the bottom, doesn't appear to be any major nicks or dents. There is something going on in the viewfinder. It just looks like some dust and debris. It's probably on the underside, and that seems to happen. You have a hot shoe. Here you have your shutter speed dial. This one's not too tightly sprung. As I mentioned, the one on my MX, or the shutter speed dials on the Pentax MX, I think are very, very tightly sprung. Film speed dial, film minder. That's interesting. And has a small little cover right here. This probably performs a function in a different camera. There are two flash synchronization ports. One is marked FP. I believe that stands for focal plane. Anyway, that is for bulb flash. And the other is marked X, which always is for electronic flash synchronization. I would guess that by the time this was released in the 1970s, that there were very few people. Well, there might have been a couple people still using bulb flash, but increasingly, people would move to electronic flash because of the ease of use. Simply pop in a couple batteries, even though you had to have a battery to run a bulb flash, but you didn't have that whole thing of having to change flash bulbs. This is a full-size camera, as were the other K cameras. Remember, these are all K mount cameras, but these were K cameras. That's about it. I just wanted to unbox this camera, get a quick look at it, see if everything is functioning as it should be, and so far it looks like it is. It has a little bit of soiling, but not surprising. Keep in mind, these cameras are probably 40 to 45 plus years old. And so when you take that into account, this is looking pretty darn good. That brings us to the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a like, and if you want to, leave a comment below, or send me an email at contact@camera-talk.net. Click on that icon, lower right corner of the screen, for more content about cameras and photography. And I hope to see you on the next video.